It's time for Focus Forward, sponsored by Invest Grand Bahama. It's Grand Bahama's best talk show, highlighting all of the positive things happening in Freeport. Look forward to our special guests each week that will tell you about events, activities, and initiatives that are making a remarkable impact on our community. You'll also hear from local business owners and get a heads up on deals and special promotions. It's time to Focus Forward. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Grand Bahama's Best Talk Show, Focus Forward, sponsored by the Invest Grand Bahama unit of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. I'm Glendia Sweeting, and I'm joined by my co-host, Alex Thompson. She loves these big introductions, right? But she is Alex Thompson. I'm going to stop and just allow you to introduce yourself.
No, I like when you call my name.
And I will do that every single
And I like when you call my title.
Okay.
Just let me know who I am.
Should I?
Yes, please.
Alex Thompson, the Director of Public Affairs at the Downtown Freeport Business Association, who believes that everything should happen downtown. Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Not everything. You didn't let the audience make the applause. That's what it is.
I'm sure they're applauding at home or not. But we're so delighted to have you join us for this next episode of Focus Forward. Of course, we are in the new season, and of course, this is the month of October. And in October, we always ensure that we observe Cancer Awareness Month, along with parties that are working here within the city of Freeport to help persons in that arena. And
so it's not October, it's Pinktober.
Pinktober, yes. Okay. But so many other things are happening during the course of Pinktober.
Like?
So there's mental health awareness. That's
okay. That deserves attention. Yes.
That's yes. So we want to give everybody their opportunity.
Yes.
Right.
And there is also the Red Cross Ball.
Yes.
Yes. The first one they've had in 17 years.
Yes.
Yes.
Will you be going?
We
October 19th
are going.
October 19th.
That's it. We are going together. Y'all see us together there with you. Because you need to be there to support the Red Cross.
All right.
And
so the Red Cross Ball, that's a big one.
October, actually, you know what? I think October kicks off the social season.
So, yes, the holiday season is coming up. We're starting to feel that just a little bit.
Yes.
The nights are getting cooler sometimes. You don't think so?
All right, so as we continue on, we want to remind you to please share the broadcast with a friend. You can find us on Facebook at the Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau page, or on GBPA. You can also find us on YouTube. We are also on the radio stations. You can find us on The Rhythm. You can find us on Dove. And you can also find us on ZNS, of course, and Our TV. So you want to stay tuned and stay in touch to what's going on here in the city of Freeport. And if you want to have an opportunity to be on Focus Forward, if you're a licensee of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, all you have to do is send us an email to info@gbpa.com and say, I want to be on Focus Forward, and you'll have an opportunity to be on this show to tell the world about what you do here in Freeport.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that, Alex. So we want to jump right into it. Obviously, you know, this is going to be an impactful show. I'm saying it right now. Because we have some wonderful guests that are joining us today, and we want to talk about a lot of things that are happening in the city. But obviously, we want to take the opportunity to learn about our guests and hear a little bit more about who they are and, you know, their interests and what's really brought them to where they are in their professional arena and environments.
And if they brought us food.
She eats a lot, guys. You're a foodie, aren't you?
I am a foodie.
Goodness. Well, there's no food here today, but you'll be hungry for just a little while.
A little while, okay. Okay, well, let's see what we got on the show today.
So today, for the very first time around the round table, we are so delighted to welcome Ms. Portia Ibrahim. She is the president of the Cancer Society Freeport. Ms. Ibrahim, thank you so much for joining us.
Yay. Let me give you a
round of applause.
Thank you. I feel so welcome.
No, it's certainly good to have you. It's certainly good to have you, and thank you so much for, you know, coming on the show, and we're looking forward to everything that you're going to share with us. So let's just start from the top. This is your first time. Alex knows I like context.
Oh, good. Right? I want to say get the context
first. Let's get into the context, and then we'll talk about some other things. But can you tell us, who is Portia Ibrahim?
Well, that's a long story. That's a long story. We ain't here for that.
Well, give us the short and the long, and then we're gonna tie that into this big role that you're filling right now.
So the short end of the story is I am Portia Ibrahim, currently the newest minted president of the Cancer Society Grand Bahama branch here in Freeport. And I'm so pleased to be here on your show so that we can bring some more awareness to our branch.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for that. Now we're a little bit more acquainted, so we can talk a little bit about the Cancer Society. Tell us about the mission and the goal of the Cancer Society.
So the Cancer Society here in Grand Bahama, we're here to assist persons that's been diagnosed with cancer and their families, caretakers. We offer assistance to anyone in need as far as receiving treatments or making that journey into Nassau to have their fusions done at the Oncology Center. We also do educational forums where we, at our monthly meetings, we offer information on different types of cancers. Cancers of the month, we have speakers come in and speak on those types of cancers. And so let me jump right in and say that our monthly meetings are held every second Tuesday of the month, and we're located on Logwood Road, just behind the MSC shipping building.
So who comes to these meetings? Who should be aware about these meetings? Is it just persons that have been diagnosed with cancer?
No, definitely not. It's for anyone who's interested. You might have family members, like I said, or caregivers, or just the general public who might want more information on the various types of cancers, you know. And we have such a high rate right now going on in Grand Bahama that the interest is very high, especially during this Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Now tell us a little bit, why is this so passionate for you? Why you've taken on the role as president? That is not an easy role.
It isn't.
So why is this near and dear to you that you decided to take on this role and lead the helm for this new year?
I've been a part of the Cancer Society now for more than 10 years, and I've gone up the ropes a little, but the near and dear part to me is because I'm also a cancer warrior. I don't like the word survivor. I prefer warrior because it's an ongoing process. And so I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2019. I went through the treatments, the chemotherapy, etc. And so now here I am in post-recovery, I like to say, because like I say, it's ongoing. And so I know some of what's going on with the persons who are newly diagnosed and persons who would want information, what the information levels are that they'd need. So that's why I'm here now as the current president. I like sitting in this chair.
If we had a sitting DJ, I'd say cue the music. Warrior.
I think that's very special, particularly because your personal experience is ingrained in what it is that you do.
Yeah.
And to be able to tell your story in that way, I believe, is very important. Sharing it with persons that are going through and those that are even new to the particular process. And I think that probably gives some level of comfort, you know, for someone to be able to share with them.
Persons are always looking for information, you know, the what to do, how to do it, where to go. And so we're happy to help in that regard at the Cancer Society office.
Okay. Now, you mentioned earlier that she likes context. I like the real deal. You said that you're here to help people along the journey.
Yeah.
What does that help look like? Because if I've just recently been diagnosed, I now have to go and get a port put in or get treatment. How do I do this? I'm working, I may not have enough money. What does your help look like for just the regular person who's starting this journey?
So for someone who makes contact with the Cancer Society to say, I'm newly diagnosed, I need some assistance, what do I do, how do I go forward? What we would first need to have is a copy of their referral to their oncologist. Once we have that saying that the person is a diagnosed person, then we would assist them with getting the Porticats. We have a rate that we normally get from the Medical and Surgical Center here in Freeport. And so we assist with Porticats. There is a criteria for Porticats. If you're unable to afford the purchase of the Porticat, we would assist. Okay. As far as getting into Nassau for treatments, we would normally assist with round-trip tickets. With testing, we would again need to see a referral from your doctor to ensure that that's, you know, we're not just doing it for doing its sake, but for diagnosis purposes.
And what if 2 o'clock in the morning I wake up and I'm feeling really distraught?
So we have some of those cases, as you would imagine. Persons are anxious, they're fearful of the process and so forth. And so we have some persons who are able to not counsel in the technical term, but they can share with them and pray with them if need be. And so we offer that service as well.
So what are some of the signs and symptoms for the person that may be watching the show right now? I know some people associate the Cancer Society with some place for persons with breast cancer, but you mentioned it's for persons, right? People. So what are some of the things that you think people may experience where you would say, hey, perhaps you need to go and have a test done or you need to see a doctor? What are some of those things?
So some of the more common signs that you would look for, firstly, you'd have to be a person who knows their body and would do their personal breast examination. And so if you feel or see something that's suspect, like an inverted nipple or discharge from the nipple or discoloration, even sometimes pain, you still should go ahead and get everything checked out. I am a person that believes if your pinky is hurting, go and get it checked. You know, screening, early detection is very, very important.
Do you find that you have a lot of persons that come in that are scared to go to the doctor even though they see some of these signs or discomforts in their body?
We do have one or two that I could recall who was fearful of what it might mean. And that's, in one instance, it was because it was a new mother, and she was feeling something. And, you know, it turned out that it was just the milk ducts. But getting checked is important, very important. Early detection is.
So are there, based on, and I'm quite sure that you're very knowledgeable about this topic, are there any, I guess you could say, recent developments or anything that would have come up that could help persons that are going through their journey of cancer, things that maybe the Cancer Society may be looking at in future or considering that they may be able to utilize to help others?
And so, as we speak, there is a free screening being done. Unfortunately, it isn't in Freeport. But Nassau has a free screening process going on at Oak Tree that is being sponsored. And I would encourage everyone who can't afford readily to have a mammogram done to go ahead and go and get the coupon from the Cancer Society office in Nassau and have that done. As far as new items, maybe, there is an item that brought interest to me some months back. It was the BEXA device that came on stream. And it was a breast examination by a new device that was handheld. No radio waves and that sort of thing, but it was over the breast, like how you would have an ultrasound done, and I thought that was interesting. And we, at this time, as far as I'm aware, we only have one mammogram machine that's working in Grand Bahama, and that's at the Lucayan Medical, and so I thought it was a good option to be seen, to have a breast exam done in the interim of having your regular mammogram done. So that's, I think that would be the newest item that I've seen so far.
How important is fundraising and getting assistance for the Cancer Society?
You're in the head this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, because it sounds like, you know, if you want to take advantage of these things, if they can come to the table,
money.
Yeah, you need some money.
It's definitely going to cost some money, and it isn't a cheap experience. And so we put on fundraisers at certain parts of the year. In December, we have a Love Light a Tree annual event that we take part in at the Kelly's Freeport Center, where we solicit donations for the Cancer Society to aid in our yearly projects, such as our free mammograms and our free pap smear screenings. And so we would encourage the public to support us in that regard.
Okay, so as we talked about, you know, we need money.
Definitely.
So tell us, how can people get money to you? Because we know this is nonprofit and you're just spending money to help all of these persons in need. So how can they get the funds to you? How can they reach you? I mean, how can they say, I want to be a part? And I'm sure you don't necessarily want one time, you want long-term partners.
Definitely. And so our offices, like I indicated earlier, is located on Logwood behind MSC Shipping. Our office hours is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and our telephone contact is 602-6767. We have an account at CIBC downtown Freeport. If anyone wants to be generous and donate, they can always donate or drop off a check for us at our office space where we're there.
You need to be
right.
forceful, not if. So bring the money. Now, we're going to go into final thoughts, but you know, I like things, and I see you have some bags
Yes,
here.
I did. I brought you and Glenn Dia some trinkets from the
Thank
Cancer
you.
Society.
Thank you,
Seeing
thank
as
you.
it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we want you to be blinging out there when you have
Okay.
these.
Make sure people wear it.
All right, and we will, and we
Yes.
will.
All right, now
So-
tell us a little bit about the shirt you're wearing today, and just our final thoughts before we wrap up.
So there are some organizations that are having events this month of October, and part proceeds will be going towards the Cancer Society. So we want to encourage persons to support those events. There will be a Pinkspiration at the Rand Nature Center on October 19th. Part proceeds will be going to the Cancer Society. On October 26th, the Good Shepherd Church is having a walkathon, and of course, again, part proceeds is going towards us. And the shirt that I have on is actually from the Swingers Junkanoo group. They normally would do a rush for cancer during the month of October, and that's why I love them to death. But the Junkanoo Corporation of Grand Bahama is having a rush for cancer on October 25th downtown at the post office. And so that's why downtown. So that's why I'm
love
wearing
that.
this shirt. They had a shirt made especially for us, Pinktober.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Very,
if we
very
wanted
nice.
to purchase these shirts to support the organization, where can we purchase these shirts?
So I can leave you a number for Anjoan Amelie, and he can get shirts for you, sizes, and the amount of the shirts. I think they're $25.
All right. Well, thank you so much,
Yes.
Ms. Ibrahim, for being here with
My
us
pleasure,
and
my pleasure.
for sharing all of this wonderful knowledge and information. And of course, the invitation is extended to you to be able to return. And Grand Bahama Freeport, we want to tell you guys, please support the Cancer Society.
Please, please,
Visit
please.
them, give them a call, 602-6767, if you want to be able to donate or give some level of support. I'm quite sure Ms. Ibrahim and team would really, really appreciate it. And of course, Pinkspiration, I'm sure we're going to be hearing about this from our next guest as well. But Pinkspiration, you want to be able to support that. And of course, we all like Junkanoo, so
Yes.
we need to be present for the Rush for Cancer. So definitely,
Downtown.
thank you guys so much. It's going to be in Alex's spot. But we got to take a quick break. We have so much more to be able to share with you, but we'll be right back right after this.
So one of the key messages that we promote during this season is to be prepared. Preparation is key. And so preparation for us means, one, the resident should, know their legal description, know where they're situated, their premises, so that after a storm event, particularly if permits are needed, once they come into the Building and Development Services Department with that knowledge of their address, we can better assist them. We also want to encourage our residents to ensure that they have the proper documentation. It's not too early to ensure that you have property plans as well as your conveyance documents and anything related to your ownership, and that these are secured and retrievable after a storm event, because again, that speeds up the time when we can assist you and respond to your needs.
We are working diligently to secure our city and help residents prepare. We remain here with you and for you as we plan and prepare together. Welcome to Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Hi, everyone, and we're back. here on Focus Forward, having a wonderful day today. We are observing cancer awareness on this show today and, of course, throughout the month of October.
Yes.
So we need to ensure that we're connecting with the right people to be able to share with you the best information possible to be able to assist you. And so we had on our first segment, Ms. Portia Ibrahim. She's the president of the Cancer Society Grand Bahama, and she joined us and shared lots of good information.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of events that's happening in October.
Yes, lots
Let's give them
of events.
give them a quick notice.
And we're very, very happy about that because we want to be able to do things. We want to be able to support, and everybody wants to be outside these days, don't
and
you?
the whole purpose is to raise money to help the organization do more for those that are in need.
Yes. And they're working really, really hard, so we need to support them. But, of course, we have to do a little bit more on cancer awareness.
Okay.
And we have a guest on our show today that has been with us before, but since then, she's done so much more. So we even want to hear a little bit about that journey, and we're going to share that in just a moment. But let's welcome back to the round table Mrs. Nakia Watson from Mammogram Access Program, MAP, as we call it. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
I have to do a round of applause for you.
Yes. You've been in so many circles recently and continue to work very hard on the Mammogram Access Program. I know about one or two things, but I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to let you just give us a little bit about your story. Why did you start this? What steps have you taken through the process to grow it? And where are you now? Because so much is going on. So tell us.
Well, my name is Nakia Watson. I am the founder of Mammogram Access Program. And I started this organization because I am also a mammographer by profession. And I notice an alarming trend. Every time we have a hurricane here in Grand Bahama, the screening rates would drop and not recover. And so I started this organization so that we can do some things differently. We can always keep screening in the forefront of women's minds, even outside of October. And most of all, I want to get women focused on health. Not just breast health, but their health in general.
Okay.
And get them on regular annual routines of going to the doctor and getting that physical done, because your overall health will determine how you do in treatment. We want to make sure that you're fit for the fight.
Right.
Fit for the fight.
That's right.
I like
Fit for
that.
the fight. Let me pull my.
You see how I Dr. Seuss that?
Yes, I noticed. Yes. Good. So you started it, and you are a professional in this particular arena. How long has the business been operating?
We came out to the public in 2021. I started this organization in the middle of COVID-19 lockdown, so I was 2020 when I actually put pen to paper and got all the documentations in place. But it wasn't until Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2021 that we came up with our first program, which is the screening program. And the title is self-explanatory. We want to assist women who have difficulty accessing mammography screening. Mammography is a screening tool. That was the purpose and the intent.
And tell the listeners and the viewers what mammography screening is, because you're using it first.
It's an image of your breast, and it catalogs all the good things that are in your breast, and it also identifies abnormalities within the breast.
Okay.
But what you want to do is have regular screenings as prescribed by your doctor and follow the good and the bad over time. All right? I find that women come only when there's an issue. And by the time you come in, there's an issue. It's no longer a screening mammogram. It's a diagnostic mammogram.
That's why
now we're honing
focus
in
on whole health.
And there are different positioning, different tools and attachments that we have to use in order to get the right image, in order to focus on the thing that we are concerned about. But we want you to use this as a screening tool so you are aware of what's normal for you, what's inside your breast that are normal structures, okay? What is benign, what is malignant. We want you to be aware of what's normal for you and follow that over time so that you can be aware of the changes quickly.
And we won't know that unless we come to get the mammogram.
Right.
You explain it to us, and we understand it. Now, Glenda introduced you as the lady with MAP, but we also know you as the lady with the lemons.
Yes.
Yes.
Like these lemons.
Like these lemons. So let's talk a little bit about this and why you decided to use a lemon to get your particular message across to the female community.
Well, in 2021 is when we started our patient education and engagement program, and we started that by sort of getting some women certified in breast cancer education. And sorry about that. So we partnered with Know Your Lemons, and Know Your Lemons is a global organization. They now have over 800 global educators across the world, and some of those educators are Bahamian, and we do have women in the community that go around and they teach breast health and the early signs of breast cancer. So I would have given you a little packet, and on it, in it has a card that will catalog the 12 signs of breast cancer so women are aware. And we're using the lemon as a metaphor for the breast.
I said it smells good. Can I eat it?
No, please don't eat it. It's actually a soap. It's a soap, and it's just a little reminder and a little encouragement for you to do that self-breast exam every month in the shower. You're in there, and all the stuffs are there, so
Just do it.
go and check it.
So I'm looking at the card that you provided. Yes. Right? And I had mentioned I'd kept the very first card that you ever gave me when you came on the show, and I still have it.
I'm still having
But the
it.
information is pretty good. Can you just share some of this for persons that are watching that can't actually see the card? Can you just tell us a little bit about what it is that people can look for when they're doing, you know, these tests and that sort of thing on themselves in the shower?
Well, Know Your Lemons and the imagery that you see was designed by Corinne Beaumont, and she is a graphic designer by trade. She wanted to come across and get the message out that there are 12 signs of breast cancer.
12
so she
signs.
put this lemon in a egg carton so that women instinctively know we sell eggs predominantly by the dozen, so that you have 12 signs. And now she formed these lemons in order to convey what the 12 signs are. So we're going to go over these right now. So we have thick area, dimples, nipple crust, red or hot sensation, new fluid, skin sores, a bump, growing veins, sunken nipple, a new shape or size to the breast, powder orange or orange peel, meaning that the skin has the look of an orange peel. And then everybody knows about the hard lump.
Yes.
But we want to make sure that every woman also knows that there's more to breast cancer than just a lump.
Okay. That's it. That's the goal, to make sure we know.
Yes.
All right. So
And we're using the lemons so that this imagery can now be given to younger girls, and it's not intimidating. We want them to understand, too, that there are 12 signs and that they should be vigilant as well. As breast cancer, we see that impacting younger and younger women.
I was about to ask you, why would we be so concerned about young girls? Usually breast cancer affects older women.
We've always heard about, you know, you start your mammograms at 40. And
Right. Like, why
Well,
would
your
we...
mammograms are surveillance, and that's proactive surveillance.
Okay.
Education is something that we could always pass down, okay? We want young, just like how you would teach your kids how to brush their teeth. Oral health is important, right? And you want them to do that, every time you have a meal, or at least twice a day.
Right.
Same message. We're talking about breast health, I need you to check your breast.
I understand.
Every month.
If we get it when they're young, there's something they'll do on a regular basis, and they'll know, particularly as they come into becoming a woman and their
Correct.
breast changes shape, and they
We want
grow.
them to understand what is normal for them, so that when something abnormal happens, they are encouraged and empowered to seek help early. But first you need to know what's normal for you. How do you do that? You study yourself.
Right.
Okay.
You get to know yourself. Know what's normal for you so that you'll be able to identify what's abnormal.
Okay.
Well,
That's
it.
wonderful.
I've been
So,
checking my breasts lately. They're still on the small side. I guess that's pretty normal.
Alex.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Seriously? And to each his own.
I'm
So
paying
let's-
attention. I'm paying attention to the signs.
Let's talk a little bit about MAP and the experience with MAP. So, for example, someone's watching the show and they said, hey, you know, I've never had a screening. I've probably never gone to Lucayan Medical to be able to have a mammogram. If they were to engage you, what happens next?
Well, everything we do depends on the funding that we have available. So if there's no funding, I cannot send you out for a mammogram. I cannot. What I could do is educate you and I could give you support, but funding is key. Everything that I've done within this organization is because I've had good partners.
Okay.
And so far, I've had like a handful of companies that every time I ask for funding, they would answer the call. They've never turned me down. But what I want to do moving forward is to get into the minds of women. This is something that we need every year. Every year. And there are many of us. If everybody just gives a little bit, then we can be more consistent in our screening. I would like to see a point where we are screening a minimum of 50 women per month through this program.
Okay.
But that's not going to happen if women or the public doesn't partner with me. And I'm only asking for something very small. All right? I just recently had a cup of coffee and it was well over $5. What if I asked just for $5 a month? That can go a long way.
But go ahead and ask here at the round table. This is
I
the
am
table
asking,
to do it.
but I am asking.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm asking in the form of a survey. We did launch a survey to measure the public's willingness to support this. I did do a program, it's called the AWE program. And one of the things they taught me in there is not to make assumptions, to make decisions based on data and proof.
Right.
All right, so this survey is really to measure, would people be willing to do this and support us on a monthly basis? What is a good price point for them?
Right.
And what do they need from us in order to continue that support? So that's what the survey is all about. You can find that survey on mapsweepstakes.com, and I'm a giver.
Okay.
So if you take the time to fill out that sweepstakes, we're going to enter you into a drawing to win a weekend getaway at Warwick Hotel. And I want to thank our partners at Warwick Hotel. This is like the third time they've answered our call. They've never. When I tell you about the handful of companies, they're definitely one. And you also get 2 tickets to the Atlantis Food Festival.
Okay, sounds really nice.
Just for taking the time.
To be able to
Right.
fill out the sweepstakes. So that's mapsweepstakes.com. All right, guys, so you definitely have an opportunity to be able to do that. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Pinktober and Pink. What's the name of the event?
Is it Pink Initiative?
Yes.
Inspirations?
Pinkspiration.
Inspirations.
There
We
we
were going to
go.
get it
Yes.
eventually, right? That's why you're going to tell us. Tell us about it.
That event is being spearheaded by Baja Magazine and Jamie Fines, and is slated for October 19th at the Brand Nature Center. And Mammogram Access Program is one of the organizations that will be getting part proceeds from that. So we want to support. We're so happy that he took the time and the initiative just to do this. Cancer Society is also going to get part proceeds. I in no way want to discourage what's going on in the Cancer Society.
Right.
Because there are many times I had to lean on them and sister. Those are always going to be my sisters.
So you all work together.
Very much.
Okay.
All right.
And that is important
But
too.
I'm just trying to figure out, is there space for breast health?
Of course there is.
Yes.
That's why MAP is here.
Correct.
Exactly.
So if we say that, or the statistics are showing that 1 in 8 are going to be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. Well, I am trying to screen all 8
I like that.
Yes.
so we could find the one.
Do you think perhaps the education portion of it, you may have done some of this before, I'm just asking, do you think the education portion of it would be stronger if you were to introduce it maybe to some of the high schools, for example, maybe through a family life class, or maybe talking with the guidance counselors to have you come in, you know, at some point during the course of the year? Do you think that's something that could probably...
And that is something I would love to do, because we do have classes or organizations in schools. You have your nursing cadets. This is something that can be taught to them, and they can dispense it within the student body.
Right.
Yeah, that is something I'm definitely interested in doing. Early education is key. The same way you would teach your child how to brush their teeth, take a proper shower. This is the same way you would teach them about their bodies so they could identify early signs that are not in accordance to what is normal for them.
As you talk, I hear the passion in your voice, like education. No, don't let the mammogram be, like you said, let's confirm the diagnosis or the thought that we have. And I'm sure the community is hearing it. I know if you're not hearing, I can tell, I can feel it from her. Like you just want us all to know, and you want us as early as we can to know, to identify your body. And I guess that's the whole goal of MAP.
Yes.
We want to make sure that women are aware. And then if we are aware, then we're able to encourage our friends and our family and our colleagues to donate to your organization. Now, of course, I like to talk about the money. How can they get the money to you?
Well, there are several ways. When you go on to mapsweepstakes.com, yes, you can get 2 entries if you fill out the survey. If you also follow us on any one of our social media platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, and we have a YouTube channel.
Okay, YouTube it.
You get extra entries for that.
Nice.
All right? We want to be able to show that we have support, and just by you following our social media platforms, you're showing your support. Now, when I go to companies and say, I know I need a donation, I'm trying to screen a certain amount of people, they look at these things, and just by low numbers, following you on social media, that they determine that you don't have the support
Right.
of the public.
You're still
Understood.
growing.
You're still growing, right.
Correct. So they will be more inclined to support you if they see you have public
You
support.
have a big following.
Correct. So be giving
Social
extra.
media is really important.
It is.
To
It's
so
a
many aspects
powerful
of
tool.
so many aspects to life. Social media gets involved.
That's it.
Seriously.
And
So I
we're
understand where
doing
you're
the
coming
sweepstakes,
from.
and a lot of persons are saying, well, I need to know more. Well, how are you going to know more if you're not following us
Right.
on social media?
And they
so
can
we're
find
giving
it
you that
at
invitation.
Mammogram Access Program on social media. That's the name.
No, it's MAP Grand Bahama.
Map Grand
Map
Bahama.
Grand Bahama.
Because we're stationed here in the good old island of Grand Bahama, but we're really focused on the northern Bahamas because the northern Bahamas is most vulnerable
Okay.
to climatic changes. I mean, we get hit all the time. Seems like we can't get a break.
Well, thank God this year we seem to be.
We've had a good break.
Yeah.
And still going strong.
And
I
we
need a
pray
longer
that
break.
it continues. Yeah.
And more of a
We
longer
pray
break.
that it continues that way.
All right.
All right, but we want to say thank you so much, Ms. Watson. You know, thank you for always coming on the show and sharing some good information. We know that it's very important for persons to be educated, particularly about breast cancer, breast awareness. And so I know that your business continues to do, your organization continues to do a lot of work around that. And we appreciate that commitment. We really, really do. So thank you so much for being with us. Always share with us anything that you have going on. And of course, we will be sure to share it with you so that you can ensure that you have the best information, the knowledge, the know-how. And of course, we want to encourage you. Look for MAP Grand Bahama,
Check your
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Don't just like a video, subscribe, because that's what they tell you. Don't just like, subscribe, so that you can get the notices. Oh, and click the notification bell, right?
Yes.
Someone's been online.
Definitely. I'm saying, you know, the social media is important.
Okay.
So certainly we want to encourage you to do that. And then we have mapsweepstakes.com. That is where you can go because, of course, you want to have that wonderful prize. You want to have your opportunity to be a part of that. So make sure that you go to mapsweepstakes.com. And, of course, we know that Pinkspiration is coming up. And you want to be a part of that as well, and you want to support. And of course, we know that part proceeds are going both to MAP and the Cancer Society. And so this is just meaningful,
It
and
is.
this is good stuff.
And let the community know that
Yes.
any organization that they support
Yes.
is all helping the women that are in need, and that's the key.
Absolutely. So again, thank you so much, Ms. Watson. And listen, guys, we have one more very, very important segment coming up. These are some new guests coming to the table, but they're going to be doing something really, really big. You definitely want to hear about this, and you may take the opportunity to be a part of it, but you won't find out about it unless you're here with us on the other side of the commercial break. So we'll be right back right after this.
Welcome to Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Grand Bahama's Best Talk Show, Focus Forward, sponsored by Invest Grand Bahama. We are having a wonderful day today. We are observing cancer awareness. But, of course, we cannot ever have the show without talking about business.
Okay.
Now, we talked about a little bit of business when we spoke to Mammogram Access Program, Mrs. Nakia Watson. But, of course, we need to talk about real business right now. So this is the business
This is the
segment.
business segment.
This is the business segment.
This is what half of the people are paying attention to because they know we give them all the tea.
All the tea, right?
All the tea.
So definitely, we want to welcome to our roundtable, for the very first time in our business segment, Pastor Patterson Williams and Mrs. Eleanor Williams from Church of Christ Apostolic Non-Denomination. Listen, this is amazing. Have we ever had any churches here with us?
With the lead pastors.
It's been about 7 years of Focus Forward now.
Nope. So then
I don't think
them
so.
is the first.
Yes,
They
yes.
are the first.
This is historic.
Wow.
This is historic. So we're so delighted to
starting a
have you guys
trend
with us.
then.
Thank you.
Yes, this is wonderful.
Welcome
They're going
to
be
the round
calling us
table.
now.
Thank you.
You're right. They're like,
Thank
hey,
you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we want to talk about this this business symposium that you guys are going to be putting on, Indigo Life Business Symposium. And I have to admit, I thought this was I was admiring the fact that it was being done by a church.
Yes.
And so I said, you know, we definitely want to hear from them because we want to know exactly what's going on and talk all about it in our business segment. So this is great. So can you give us an overview of the Indigo Life Business Symposium?
It is such a pleasure to be here. We are partnering with Indigo Life Business Symposium, headed by CEO Dr. Alicia Ritchie out of Florida. She is a person who has been having the communications with definitely a number of persons who is on board with her in many different states. And so she thought it fitting to partner with us. That is the Grand Bahama Community Builders Club, of which the church, that's an arm of the church. So Church of Christ Apostolic has an arm called the Grand Bahama Community Builders Club, of which I'm the president. And Kenneth, my brother, is the vice president. So we thought it fitting to partner with her as hosts, along with Ellen's Hats and Accessory, because we have seen where a number of things are taking place on the island in terms of businesses popping up, in terms of the port, Carnival Port being established. So we know that there's going to be a lot of entrepreneurs established. So we thought it fitting to create an atmosphere where people can come and learn what it is to establish a business, some of the ingredients that they would need so that they can be well established when those excitement come along.
I like the fact that even as a church, that you felt the desire or saw the need to develop this arm to develop your members. A lot of times we see a lot of churches stay focused just on the spiritual aspect.
Right.
But if you don't build the whole man,
Yes.
they can't be,
Yes.
you know, really contributing to the church. So you said that you saw it fitting to partner with this organization, and
Right.
you said people are going to come in and you want to be able to give them some attributes about starting the business. What are some things they can expect to learn or be exposed to at this symposium?
Definitely, one of the things that Dr. Alicia is high on is really communicating in business, having a business present, dealing with social media. You know, some of the new trends in the business, you know, how you need to go out and do your strategy and your profiling, you know, checking out the field, making sure that that business is fitting for what you're dealing with, you know, checking out around to see, you know, if persons really need that business. So you're going to get the ingredients to know whether or not your business will survive in the business environment. So you're going to learn steps like that.
That sounds really interesting, and I like that because I always say that Freeport is a different animal.
Yes.
This place is not the typical business community.
Right.
Yes.
And you have to be able, particularly when you talk about business symposiums and these educational opportunities that are being offered to persons,
Right.
you have to be able to provide them with information
Yes.
that works specifically in Freeport. So I like the fact that you mentioned that, you know, some of these things are going to be tackled and you're going to have some real conversations about
Right.
what could work and what can't work. Will there be any industry leaders from Freeport that may be a part of this particular event?
Well, let me say to Grand Bahama and the community at large, Thursday evening, we're going to have a meet and greet. That's the opening. We're going to have a panel of business persons overseas and here in Grand Bahama. We should have Dr. Anastasia Lewis, also Mr. Darren Cooper and Mrs. Ellen Williams. They're going to be panelists along with 3 others from Florida. That's coming along with Dr. Alicia Ritchie. So we are expecting a few persons from the community of Pioneers Loop, which is where our church is located.
Right.
And our president, Mr. Williams, / Bishop Williams.
Right.
We carry, we wear both caps.
Okay,
And
he
we,
wears both
as the
caps.
church, we need to be conventional and non-conventional.
Right.
So that we can live balanced lives. So that meet and greet is on Thursday evening. And for those who are listening, there's a small registration fee of $50.
That's it.
Well,
For the
that's
whole
minimal.
weekend.
And listen, you're getting continental breakfast on Friday morning and Saturday morning. You're getting lunch on Friday and you're getting lunch on Saturday.
Baby, hold on,
You're
hold on,
getting a
hold on,
swide
hold on,
bag.
hold on,
And
wait,
that's
wait,
not
wait,
your
wait.
workshop tools.
And
yet.
$50 for the entire...
It's the entire weekend.
typo?
It's a giveaway. Let me say that.
Where's the event going to be held?
Church of
Because
Christ
people are going to
Apostolic.
flood it right now.
Church of Christ Apostolic, number 19 Pioneers Loop, which is when you get to the light at Central Church of God, you just drive east as if you're coming to Jack Haywood Senior High School.
Yes.
And you're going to see the flags waving in the yard.
So I just want to take notice of this, okay? But there's the meet and greet, the welcome reception. Then there's an all-day event.
That's right.
Educational event from 9:30 to 4 on Friday.
Yes.
And then on Saturday, it's 9:30 to 3 as well. I'm just amazed you're offering all of this at that price. And just the information and the panelists that they're going to have on this. This is the first time you're doing an event like this?
In Freeport.
In Freeport.
You're glossing over something, though.
Oh, hold on.
On the Saturday now, because we didn't get to the Sunday yet, but on the Saturday, you didn't mention that there's
the
a business pitch competition.
Yes.
Okay, so tell
Now
us a little
that
bit
is
about
amazing.
that.
On Friday, each individual that comes to the symposium, we're going to be separated into round tables of maybe 6 persons, 7 persons, and you're going to have to sit and you're going to have to make a plan as if you're going into a business. You choose your manager, you choose your accountant, you choose all of your directors, and you have that day to sit, make a business plan. How are we going to get into business? What's the name of your business? How are we going to make the profit? What's the bottom line? And then on Saturday, we will follow up, and then we're going to have judges, and we're going to have a winner whose business is going to win. I'm not a part of the judging, so I can't tell you exactly what it's going to take to win, but it's going to be an exciting 2-day. I don't know if I've been or known of any church doing such a symposium. So it's new to Grand Bahama, and it's about time that we introduce newness to Grand Bahama.
Right.
Like we know in July of next year, persons are heading into the biggest ever project that I use in the Bahamas. I won't even say Grand Bahama. So heading there, weekends like this needs to be much more often in the city of Grand Bahama.
Now, I see where, and Bishop Williams also mentioned, I have to get it right.
Get it right.
Also mentioned early on as well, and you just touched on it, where, you're really trying to help prepare persons for opportunities when these investments, and we talk about these investments on Focus Forward all the time,
Definitely.
right? And so you guys are actively a part of that preparation team here in Freeport, and I think that's really, really commendable. But I want to ask you, because it's a church, how does this particular symposium and what you're doing for your church people, how does that align with the church's mission and goals?
Okay, that's pretty easy. One of the things that we do at Church of Christ is we have a two-pronged approach. The first thing is to establish Christ in the hearts of the people, and then economic empowerment. So once you're empowered spiritually, then you can go out and be empowered. So the Grand Bahama Community Club is not new to Grand Bahama. We've been established since 1996. And we have been raising scholarship funds. We've been taking kids to Florida, basically every year, a different state. And so we've been investing in the youth and the young adult. And so that's ongoing. Last year we were in Florida, but the year before we were in Nassau, partnering with Woods Alley. That's a Big Harvest Tent Sunday school. So we brought persons from Florida and from Freeport, and we were able to train persons in Nassau in the Big Harvest Tent. So we've been giving back to the community ongoing. ongoing.
Okay. Well, we certainly want to extend the invitation to you to come back and let us know about future events and initiatives as well, because, you know, these are things that people need to know. Now, just a couple of things. I know Alex was probably going to ask this, but I will ask. How can persons register to be a part of the symposium?
Well, we made it very easy for persons. Now, you have some people who may not be computer savvy, believe it or not. So what we decided to do as the committee was we decided to print tickets. So they can purchase tickets from Ellen's Hats. Also, we have tickets, and I can give you numbers that we can send out, 443-3227 or 727-0064. Or you can purchase at Ellen's Hats and Accessories, which is located downtown in the old Sewing Center building. Most people will know where that is. So once you purchase your ticket and you come and you bring your ticket at the door, that covers a whole, only thing we're not going to give you is a place to sleep. Okay. Listen, you can't beat that with a bag. You get a swag bag and all with a book and other goodies going to be in there.
Yes.
I think it's good to know that people are aware, because so many people have ideas, and sometimes they're afraid to reach out. And I think also, too, persons that are Christians, they sometimes are timid as well, because they don't want to feel like, okay, is this the right business for me? Should I, you know, you would think that because I'm a Christian, I shouldn't want financial freedom. But financial freedom is what like it empowers you to do more for your community. So we definitely want the community to be aware that this is all part of being a good Christian citizen in the community of Grand Bahama. Now I got a question.
Yes.
I got a question. All right. So
we will have food.
Well, you did mention that there's going to be food.
Mrs. Williams, I like you a lot.
Continental breakfast,
you
and
know,
she
this
said lunch.
foodie over here that's the only thing she heard when
But so you're having tickets, but you know, some people may watch us in the replay and they may, oh my goodness, it's, you know, they're watching the replay and they're like, do I have time? What if they showed up that morning for the event? Can they purchase their tickets and would they still be able to get in?
Certainly.
Mr. President?
Yes, they will be able to come in. I also want to put a plug in for Ellen's Hats and Accessories. Because Mr. Williams, Mr. Kenneth Williams and Miss Ellen Williams, they are very, they're giving people. And so they are co-hosts of this event. And so he definitely wanted to give back to the community. And so this is one of his ways of giving back.
And we love that, because we know that Ellen's Hats, the business itself, is a staple in the Grand Bahama community. Let's talk history now. Ellen's Hats used to be over in the Savoy building many years ago. And so now she continues the business. They both continue the business, and they continue to serve the public here in Freeport and, of course, by extension, Grand Bahama. And so if they're a part of this, that's a good feather in the cap.
Yes, it is.
You know?
Because these are successful business people in the community.
Absolutely. And they have that experience. When you talk about knowing Freeport, knowing how to pivot, how to move, think about some of the things that they would have done when they moved from one location to the next, some of the challenges they may have had, right?
He has encouraged me along the way, for sure.
These are the people. When we talk about having a symposium, very, very happy to see that they're a big part of this. That means a whole lot. That means a whole lot.
Now we're going to have to wrap up pretty soon, but if you had to give a personal message, you know, to the persons that are looking and watching today, what would you like to say to them about coming out to this symposium?
First of all, I must say to them, it's going to be a life-changing experience. If you already have a business, you desire to have a business, you dreamt about a business, this is the place to be this weekend in Grand Bahama. We want to welcome you to number 19 Pioneers Loop. Thursday evening, it starts with a meet and greet. Friday from 9 to 3, Saturday from 9 to 3. We welcome you. If you desire to come, you can just purchase your tickets from Ellen's Hats. $50 is a giveaway. $50, you can make that within a second back after you have joined yourself as a business person. And listen, knowledge is wealth. You may say, I don't desire to open a business, but you come, and the wealth you gain, you can give it to your child, your grandchild, to a friend, to a coworker. So come and just be empowered. Just come and see what's going on in Grand Bahama. And I want to say to those of you that are Christians, listen, it's time now that you be empowered. You talk about the wealth of the wicked, you need your own wealth.
I need my own wealth.
You need your own wealth.
Yes.
Don't wait on the wicked wealth. God has
Alex,
wealth for you.
So you need to
we want to see your face in the police. So thank you, Grand Bahama. Thanking you in advance.
Yes.
And you may hear it a little late, and you may catch a day or two. But come on down.
Come on down.
So that's October 10th through to the 13th.
Yes.
That's happening this week. Thursday kicks off at 6:30 p.m. And of course, Friday and Saturday kicks off at 9:30 a.m. and Sunday 10 o'clock a.m. You certainly want to get there, be a part of this, register, go to Ellen's Hats downtown so that you can be able to purchase your tickets. And of course, I know I had a number here, 443-3227. Make sure that you call if you need to get your tickets so that you can be there. This is Indigo Life Business Symposium. And the theme here is Nation Building Through Global Innovation. We want to thank you guys so much for being on the show today. And we wish you guys a wonderful business symposium. And we're looking forward to the things that you'll be doing with the Grand Bahama Community Builders Club in the future. Thank you so much. The invitation remains open. Please join us again. Let us know about your initiatives and your events. So, Freeport, you heard it. We have so much going on here within the city of Freeport. Alex, I'm going to give you a quick wrap-up.
Quick wrap up.
Quick wrap-up.
You know, I was going to say, right, I couldn't even bring myself to ask them for a free ticket because it's literally so inexpensive, $50 for all of those information. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it because they're giving it away. I don't know how they're doing it, so hats off to them.
$50 is
That's a giveaway already.
Yes, minimal for what you're going to be receiving, and so and that's wonderful too. That means it's affordable for persons that want to be a part, and that is good as well.
So give me the rundown.
So you have an opportunity. No, you're going to give me the rundown. I've been doing the rundown the entire show. So let's start with what's happening in the cancer awareness arena events. Let's go.
Well, all October, we've got October 19th, which if I remember is Pinkspiration.
Yes.
Part proceeds is for the Cancer Society. Yes, and then there's also Christ the King is having a walkathon. If I remember correctly. Again, part proceeds. And the Swingers Junkanoo Group, they're having a rush out.
Rush out.
That's right, Pinktober. And that also part proceeds. So make sure y'all get your shirts from Andrew and Armalie. So you can wear your shirts and let's support. We're all giving back. We also have
the Red Cross.
The Red Cross
Renaissance Ball.
Okay, and Mammogram Access Program. They have a MAP sweepstakes.
Yes.
MAP sweepstakes. Go and do the survey, and then you'll be entered to win a weekend at the Warwick Hotel and coupons for Atlantis. Please go and support because they need your money so that they can do great things.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, this weekend we have Indigo Life Business Symposium, which is almost like free.
Yes.
It's only $50 for...
It's $50.
Yes.
Make sure that you register and be a part of all of these different events. All of these things are going on within the city of Freeport. We are busy. We are busy. Lots of things that are happening, so you have to make sure, follow these various social media pages, connect with these persons on social media, MAP, Grand Bahama, Cancer Society, Freeport, check the Grand Bahama Port Authority page for initiatives that we will be doing as well. And any of these areas, any of these particular places that you hear are doing these particular initiatives, go and like their page. And if they're on YouTube, like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Make sure you have an opportunity to just support, be present, and enjoy everything that's happening within the season. This is a good season. Alex, great show today.
It is. It's the start of the social season. So, you know, next week I might be in a formal ball gown. Who knows?
Alex does so many things. I'll share with you guys one day about what's happening off camera. But I can't do it today. There's no time. But thank you for inviting us into your offices, your businesses, and your homes. We are always here for you on Grand Bahama Best Talk Show. And until next time, I'm Glendia Sweeting.
And I'm Alex Thompson.
And we're informing you on the positive things that happen when you go forward.
To Focus Forward, sponsored by Invest Grand Bahama. Like us on Facebook at Invest Grand Bahama.